Charlotte Caldwell's son, Billy, uses medicinal cannabis to help treat his epilepsy. Charlotte campaigns for improving patient access to cannabis prescribed by the NHS.
Charlotte, good to see you. Thanks for joining us on GB News. Now, your case, your lobbying, your campaign to get medicinal cannabis for Billy has been high profile. What drives you as a mum to do this for your son? What difference does the cannabis make to his ability to cope with his condition?
Yeah, hi. So thank you for having me. I'm really grateful. So Billy has a diagnosis of refractory epilepsy, which simply means that his seizures can't be controlled by medication or diet. After being prescribed medical cannabis in Los Angeles in 2016, Billy's GP here in Northern Ireland wrote the first prescription for medical cannabis via the NHS in April 2017, a year later. And what I witnessed really with Billy is the reduction in seizures over a period of time, whereby this medicine is administered via a little bottle of oil and it's microdosed up very, very slowly. He is now 5 years on, really. Billy is more present, he's curious, his seizures are controlled, and he is living a very happy life due to this little bottle of medical cannabis.
Really pleasing to hear. How easy was it to get this little bottle of medicinal cannabis?
Well, we had quite a long, torturous struggle. June 2018, Billy and I were actually forced to leave our home in our tiny village of Castledairg for London to appear on television. And that was simply because Billy's GP had informed me that he could no longer prescribe Billy's medical cannabis for my little boy so as he could remain seizure free. So, mum on a mission, I scoured the globe looking for someone or something that could help Billy. And but what I would like to say is, no way could I anticipate that the immensity and the complexity of our journey ahead. Whilst in London, I was fortunate to attend a large cannabis business conference, which is constructed of people of industry, and there I immediately sensed a huge opportunity for these people to help Billy. This was the cannabis industry in our country. So as I said, mum on a mission, I gate crashed the green room, and within days I had a campaign team in place and a flight booked to Canada. Upon arrival in Canada at the Sick Children's Hospital in Toronto, Billy was prescribed a new cannabis-based product of medicine. 2 days later, June 2018, it was confiscated on our return at London Heathrow Airport by tearful custom officials. Inevitably, Billy's seizures returned and he was blue lighted to the Chelsea Westminster Hospital in London. In the early hours of June 2016, Sajid Javad returned Billy, the then Home Secretary, returned Billy's life-saving medicine from the vaults of the Home Office via a taxi to the Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. Billy's doctors had stated that the withdrawal of Billy's medical cannabis product had been stopped abruptly. Billy's condition had now moved to a life-threatening condition. 5 months later, we all know, 1st of November 2018, the new law came into effect that specialist clinicians on the GMC register could prescribe medical cannabis under certain very restricted conditions. Billy's campaign had then turned the tiller on the ship of government just enough in the right direction to help chart a new course of potentially saving thousands of people's lives and opening up a brand new cannabis industry in the UK.
And how is Charlotte?
Unfortunately, as of today, there is only like a handful of NHS prescriptions which is the problem in the UK. There's only a handful of prescriptions being written at the moment. And what I would say today is, whilst I, as Billy's mother, I welcome the new report carried out by the authors, and it's amazing. They've done an amazing job on that particular report. The irony of this is, and the reality of it is that bragging about how much money could be made and is being invested in cannabis, whilst thousands of Billies needlessly suffer, struggling to pay for privately funded medicine, it's not lost on me, I can assure you. Today, I want to say this: there is a chance for us as a society to carry out history under success rather than failure, because at the moment, the system is failing. And it starts with this. I have one plea for the financiers who seek to profit from the changes that Billy created. We have 1.4 million people in the UK who have already chosen cannabis for relief from chronic pain, seizures, etc. And 97% of those people in the UK normally receive their prescriptions via the NHS. So my message today is to our investors: I welcome it. The financiers, I welcome you guys. I welcome this report. But I would say to you now, deploy your capital accordingly. We know that we can persuade our wonderful NHS to prescribe this all-important medicine with important study and trial data. This is what we need to start creating. This is now not about what we, the patients, want to say, nor the industry. It is now about what our doctors need to hear. You, the industry, can and should help. We have set up a foundation, the I Am Billy Foundation, a charitable foundation, to carry out real-world evidence studies from I Am Billy non-profit centres across the UK to gather much-needed evidence for our wonderful NHS doctors to relieve the financial burden of thousands of patients suffering, but most importantly, to gather critical, much-needed data on the efficacy and the safety of this medicine to provide comfort to our NHS doctors. It's now about building partnerships and patience, but urgent patience.
Okay. Charlotte, it's fabulous.
Now is the time. What I need to say is now is the time for the industry to reach out to the I Am Billy Foundation.
Doctors the confidence to prescribe, right? You want doctors to have the confidence to prescribe.
Yes, absolutely.
Because the law allows them to prescribe and they're not prescribing. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Charlotte,
yes, we need to start gathering. We need to start gathering the evidence. We need to start gathering the evidence.
Yeah.
We need to start doing studies. We need to start giving comfort so as our wonderful NHS doctors can start prescribing. Now, the industry, the cannabis industry, is thriving. It's growing. We all hear that. We read it in this report. I would say to you, ask the industry today. We already have a number of industry partners that have come in behind the I Am Billy Foundation. They're saying, yes, you are correct. This is the way we have to drive this forward. This will also help industry.
Charlotte, we're going to do a deal with you. Charlotte, we're going to do a deal with you. You're a formidable campaigner. The way you got Billy's stories on the front page of the papers was astonishing. You've absolutely owned this campaign. You're a credit to yourself. And one day your son will grow up and realise what an amazing mum.
Mum on a mission. Mum on a mission.
Has.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm wondering who's going to play you in the movie, because this should be a movie. But we do have to move on now, Charlotte, I'm afraid. We'd love to have you back on GB News. You're welcome to come into the studio to talk to myself and Gloria about this at much greater length on another occasion. We salute your campaign, and it's wonderful to hear how transformative this little bottle of magic has been on your son.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, thank you. Can I just say before I go, I would like the industry to reach out to the I Am Billy Foundation. Come on and join us with the rest of, there's a number of other companies joining us, and try and get this across the line so we can
will put that on social media
and gather the much needed data.
We've done that brilliantly. Thank you so much.
Lovely to talk to you.
Thank you.
Charlotte Caldwell there, the mother of Billy Caldwell, formidable campaigner.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.